Hello kids, good morning to all. So this is our session 2. In a previous class we learned about what? Rules about Kho and the player who are contribute, right, in the sports, right. So that only we learn, right. So today we learn more about Kho, right. So in previous class we learned how many players are there, right. So what are the rules, right, how the direction, how they are sit, right. So how many poles, how many squares, right. So that we learn in a previous class. So see the next session, so how the exactly they play the game. Okay, so here we see the picture here, right. So where like this, so we know it's a rectangle, right. So there are 8 squares and 16 lines, right, and here the pole, right. So here we know the poles. Okay, there are 8 player will sit in the field, okay, and one person who stand near the pole. Okay, this much we learn in a previous class. Okay, so what is going on this picture, right. So there are 8 members, the red and blue team, right. So red team who have sat here, right. So the red from the red team one player is running, and from the blue team from the blue team there is only one person where red team has to catch. Okay, so he can go from anywhere from the blue team, right. For the red team they have to go by circle only, they can't go in the middle. So if they want to do, if the blue player is here, okay, the red player is here, okay, he can go from anywhere, but not this red player. So in that time he can give kho, so where he tap the back, so he can go from here. Okay, he can stand and he can catch, this person can sit here. Okay, so here it's a, so what we have to say, so if the person is like here, the blue player is here, the red player is here, so if he can go right from here means he will come again this side, so we can't catch that person. So what we have to do, if he is near to this person, okay, so he is facing this side, so he can give kho, right. So he can stand and run, he can sit this place. Okay, if he is turning this side, so we can't give kho, right. So we should always give to the back. Okay, so we can give to the back. Okay, now see what is the catcher doing, what is he uttering, right. So the red team have catched that blue team player, right. So he catched now, so he is out, right. So like that it's a duration of 7 minutes, in that the person should catch the opposite player. Okay, so he is catching, right. So Why did the teacher say out? Because he catch the opposite player. Okay. Now after the games, the teacher once again taught the children the rules of the game with the help of a picture. Okay. So here first is what? When small whistle is blown and fall signal is given, one has to give go in the opposite direction when the whistle blown, right? So where he can give code to the other person in the same time. Okay. While running, one should not step out of the middle line. There is a middle line. Okay. So here is the middle line. They should sit in that block only. If they are coming out, means that is foul, otherwise out. Okay. So they should not step out of this middle line. Who should be given rushes in the middle, right? So they can give in any of the player, the person who is in the same team, he can give ko. This is free zone. I can turn in any direction and touch, right? So as I said, the person can go from anywhere, right? So he can, it's a free zone, right? So it's a, in this between there is a free zone, right? There is a space between two players here. So it's a free zone where he say ko, he can move from the next line. Okay. One should touch the back and say ko, right? So if he want to touch, you want to chase this player. So the nearer, who is the near player, so he can touch that person. So he can go and chase that opposite player. So, but the where we have to touch? To the back only, right? So we should touch only back and we should say ko. One should not get up without giving ko, is out, right? So if we are giving ko to this person, right? So if this player got up, means this player is out. One should not change the directions, right? So the one should not change the direction, right? If there is only one direction, who is going from like this, okay, they should go like this only. They should not go like this, right? So it's a fault. So it's a right. So going in a one direction is a correct rule. Children understood that if they did not follow or violated the rules, it would be considered foul, right? If he is not following any rules, right? If, as I said, this is, if we are giving ko to this player, if he got up, means the person is out, means foul. This is not considered as a point. Okay, if the player is going this way, if he is going back, means that is also what? Foul. Okay, the other team discussed how they had played the game. So they know, so the red team have played game now, right? So now the blue team is discussing how to play the game now. Okay. The runners explain how they had escaped being touched, right? So if we touch the person, if he, how he can escape, right? So they are discussing. Okay. While running, I escaped by moving like a shine, right? So as I said, see here, they have made like this, right? So they can move. I ran fast and escaped. So the person is, how is telling, I ran fast, so they can't touch, right? I moved through 3 lines like a chain, right? So the person from the opposite, they can go like this, right? So they can go, I moved in the small circle only, escaped, right? The same way. While running, I escaped by changing the direction. So here the opposite team can change the direction, right? So they can change the direction, but not the player who playing this game, right? After the game, the teacher and the student went to the classroom. Okay, so here with the help of your teacher and friends, prepare a Kho-Kho field and play the game with your friends, right? Even you can also play this Kho-Kho game. Okay, so here see, play and enjoy, right? So here write the 4 rules of the game of Kho-Kho. As we learned what are the rules that we should follow, right? So one is what? One, we should not cross, right? So we should not take middle step, right? So from the middle line we should not come out. Okay, the Kho-Kho should not given rushing in the middle. So we can't give what Kho to the person who is in the opposite, right? So we should give to the back only, right? So we should say Kho, that is very important, right? So here the one more is what? One should not get up without giving Kho, right? So we should give Kho, then only we can get up, and we should not move from the middle line, and we should not we should go in the same direction, right? We should not go after that pole, right? So if we cross the pole, then it's what? Foul, right? So you have learned the rules of the game Kho-Kho. In the same way, right? So in the same way, try to know the rules of the other games, right? The important rule of the game that you like or play, right? You may like many games. If you take badminton, right? It should not cross the field, right? So if it touch the net, it's a foul, right? So if it is in a second cross, right? So if it comes to the if we touch and lift, means it's a foul. Like that, there are many other rules for other games, right? That we should collect and write, kids. What are the uses of group games? Discuss with your friends and write. So what are the uses of group games? It's like as it said, as a group games, it cultivate cooperation. You need cooperation, right? So when you are telling to Kho here, if the person is not getting up, what will happen? We lose the game, right? So the cooperation between two players are very important, right? Mutual understanding, team spirit, right? So if we have a team spirit, one who is not, team spirit means we want to win, that spirit should be there. If it is not, then it's very difficult to win the game. And obedience to rules. So what are the rules? These it's explained by your teachers, right? So if you are not obeying, means you are not following, means that's very bad thing, right? So we should always obey the rules of the games, of the particular games, not only this Kho-Kho, any of the game we should play with a what rules apply, right? So here friendship, determination to reach the goals, etc., right? So we play, what will happen? We know many other people, we make friends, right? So that is, they develop social relation and harmony, right? So we start talking with each other, we'll make a discussion, we'll make a group discussion how to play, right? So there will be a good communication between you and others. We get entertained by planning games. In the same way, circus and fairs also provide us entertainment, right? So we know games, when we play, it will be more fun, right? So here we already know about the fair. Here is the picture of circus. Observe.